I don't have much for you there. Yeah, Starkey and Greeny both had good sessions yesterday, so we'll assess them later on today. So yeah, don't have a line through them yet. So we'll see.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, ideally they would have been available for the first one, but not to be. I think having a right-hander helps, and I think him providing a fifth bowling option also helps. So he's a big player. It certainly helps the team function well from batting and bowling. But no, you've got to be able to perform as well. He's still coming back from that injuries. I think he's only had a couple of sessions where he's kind of catching with a hard ball. And, so we'll see. Yeah, again, he had a really good session yesterday, so see how he pulls up. Yeah, they've been really good. The batter's been fantastic. Yeah, to be honest, not too different to kind of leading in. I think the planning has been really good. Now it's just about going out there and doing it. And, at times that might be having to be brave enough to kind of take a calculated risk where the risk might be a little bit higher than what you get in Australia. So they've been really good. They're all, really strong in their plans, trained really well. So see how we go. Again, I'm not a selector. I don't think they've had a meeting, but I'm sure Davey will be there. I think he's, you saw this year at the Boxing Day test. When he puts pressure back on the opposition, he's pretty hard to bowl to. You don't get as many good balls. So he knows that. I'm sure that'll be part of his planning. He's been batting really well here, even in the lead up. I thought he was fantastic. So, I know there's a lot of talk about kind of spin bowling through the middle, but with that new ball, sometimes the hardest time to bat as well against spin. Not too sure really. Like it's different soil here, obviously the black soil, but it looks pretty similar. I think it's going to spin. That's kind of our expectations, and the wicket matches that. So we'll see. Yeah, it's an adjustment. Even last game you saw a lot of round the wicket bowling, where in Australia it's mainly over the wicket bowling. The close catches. Doesn't feel like the ball's going to pop up as much when there isn't as much bounce. So yeah, it's a bit of adjustment. Side spinners, just changing up kind of your angles a bit more. All those things I think come into it a little bit more over here. I thought both bowlers did a really good job, both spinners last game. It's kind of a bit of an adjustment, but in some ways it doesn't get any better. You've got a wicket there that's spinning for you. You can kind of show how good you are. I think there's a conversation. We'll work that out in the next by the end of today, I hope. He's one of the world's premier bowlers in these kind of conditions, so we'll see. As I said, the wicket looks like it might turn a little bit. I thought last week with two paces that kind of attack functioned quite well as well, but I think whether it's Starkey, another spinner, Scotty, variety in attack does help. I think both options are. We're open to both options. We're really confident we'll do a fantastic job out there. They both had long sessions the last couple of days and looked awesome. So, we want a kind of a third spinner variety. Would be comfortable with either of those two. We're really big on each player having their individual method. So for some people it's sweeping, and that's worked really well. For players like Steve Smith, he's probably our best ever batter in these conditions. He's not a big sweeper of the ball, so it's each to their own. Just the full confidence that whatever they find, just be brave enough to take it on. That's been the leading camp kind of in Bangalore. There's a lot of tinkering, a lot of people working out what's going to work best for them. So now the challenge is going out and living that style. Trav's been awesome. Been working really hard out the back on his game. He's been fantastic around the squad like he always is. Always plenty of fun wherever head he is. So he's absolutely part of the conversations for this test, just like the first test. So he couldn't be doing any more. He's been fantastic. I think ideally your all-rounder needs to be good enough to bat in the top six. So that's a luxury we've had with Cam Green. In the past, I think my first probably 20 test matches we went in with 4 bowlers, and it's draining, but you can make it work. Again, spin bowlers, you could probably bowl 25 overs in a day rather than 20. So ideally you've got batters that can chip in, or a full-on all-rounder like a Cam Green, but if not, I think you can get away with 4 bowlers. Feels like our group's now got about 25 Queenslanders in it, which is disappointing. But he's been really good. He spent a bit of time in Sri Lanka with the group, played some ODIs. So yeah, certainly a new member to the squad, but good mates with people like Marnus and Usman and the other Queenslanders, Renshaw. No, he's been great. Hopefully feels pretty comfortable. He's been great at training. Yeah, absolutely. I think when you're ahead of the game over here, it's really hard for the opposition to get themselves back in, and that's going to be the challenge if we are behind at times. Is how can we put pressure back into their dressing room? You certainly, I think once you put pressure back on the bowlers, suddenly you don't get as many good balls, and the scoreboard keeps ticking over. Fields change, so that's certainly been part of the discussion. I think you're going to fail over here. It's about failing the right way. These conditions are tough, but if that's our best chance by taking the game on, someone taking a calculated risk. If it doesn't come off, that's totally fine. No stress.